Hi, it's 5:41 a.m. and David and I are out on our way to the big sit at Orlando Wetlands Park. Hope to see you out there.
Wetlands. It's not
Orlando Wetlands is not Orlando Wetlands Park anymore.
No.
Okay, so we're out here at the Orlando Wetlands. It's 8 o'clock. We've been here for about an hour now. And we're all set up with our sign and David's scope, and I've got a little tarp in case it starts raining. I can at least cover me and the sign and my camera equipment. What have you seen so far, David?
Heard my first Sora of the season, and the cattails next to us here. Heard a few least bitterns. A couple limpkins just came by us now. We've had about 34 species so far. Had some barred owls earlier when we started. It was still fairly dark. Lots of vultures. Had about at least 1,000 white ibises come out of the roost on the cypress dome first thing when we got out here. A lot of other herons and egrets, purple gallinules, the usual stuff. I was hoping we might get a few more species out of it, but we're doing all right so far. We're closing in on the end of the first hour. I was hoping to be up around 50, but we're at 34. That's not bad. We should catch some more stuff as the day goes on. Still hoping we might get to 65 by the end of the day, but we'll see. We've got a nice spot here. I've got views of several different habitats. I can see back to the parking lot. I can see the big open water right in front of us. I can see the big cypress dome. More open water out to the left out here. So a lot of nice different habitats that we can see. 4 or 5 fairly good habitats to catch some birds in. Plus we got the open skies. We'll get some hawks and stuff later on in the day, hopefully. Maybe short-tailed hawk. I don't know if they're back yet here. So should be interesting. Target is about 65 species, but we'll see what we see out here.
David is being a scofflaw. He's standing instead of sitting. He's going against the grain of what this job is supposed to do. And in case you're wondering, this beautiful pink stuff in front of us is muley grass.
Just finished the first hour with 38 species, so more than halfway to our goal.
You said we're more than halfway to our goal at 38 species now?
Although we're doubtful that we'll get that many species in the next 4 hours, new ones, but there's still a lot of species we haven't gotten that we'll probably get over the course of the day. We haven't gotten any swallows yet, no shorebirds yet. Haven't gotten the eagles, which I'm sure will come out eventually. Probably falcons and other stuff, maybe a few warblers and things. So,
yeah, well, we can always just make stuff. Oh, wait, we're on recording. Never mind. We won't make stuff up. Okay, it's 9:15 and we're still out here. We've got 5 more new species. You want to talk about them?
Yeah, we added a few. Finally got a swallow, which was kind of surprising. We didn't have one yet. We got fish crows, which is an odd addition for the second hour. Right at the end, we got a couple of new things. Had a couple of snipe when I was scanning for falcons off in the distance, and bald eagle came in right at the end of the second hour there. Got us up to 43 for the day so far. We had about 40 species in the second hour. It's a little bit more than the first hour, and 5 were new for the big set. So I suspect we'll get at least 50, but we're missing a lot of winter birds that should be here, should be arriving now. Things like marsh wren, sedge wren, house wren, phoebe, kestrel, harrier, and even resident species like titmice are usually in the trees behind us here. I have not heard one yet in the first couple hours. But
Why is that? Do you think it's because of the weather?
no, I don't know why the titmice aren't here. The other birds, we're right on the cusp of a lot of those winter birds showing back. They may simply not be here yet. We're seeing that as the temperatures keep getting warmer and warmer. Birds are later to arrive in winter and less numbers as stay further north, so it may simply be that the birds just haven't really arrived in numbers yet. There's a few palm warblers, a few catbirds around, but a lot of the winter stuff's not here yet. In another week they might be here, but you know, we're having fun, but we're underachieving species wise, but we've got a good spot here. And I suspect a few of these other things are gradually going to fill in over the course of the next 3 hours that we do this.
Weather's looking a little threatening, but knock on wood, we haven't had any rain yet, and I've got a tarp in case we do.
Starting up our 4th hour now of the big sit. We had 34 species in the 3rd hour, which I think our lowest hourly species total. We did add a few species to the list. We had a barn swallow come by, had a northern harrier, and I don't know if we had a whole lot else that we added. So we're somewhere in the high 40s right now, pushing 50. Still missing a lot of winter and even some of the resident birds. Phoebes have not shown up. Sedge wren, house wren. The titmice that are usually in the woods right behind the visitor center here have not made an appearance today so far. So did get a red-tailed hawk in the last hour, which is a little unusual because mostly red-shouldered hawk habitat out here in the swampy like it is. But red tail is more of an upland species, but I did actually had a couple red tails in the last hour. So, we'll keep persisting. We got 2 more hours. Still a chance some stuff's going to come by. We've had no shorebirds coming over, no hawk migration. 2 individual swallows of 2 different species, and 1 northern harrier. So we've even only had 2 ospreys all day, which is a real surprise for a place like this. We don't have any pipe-billed grebes or coots, but that's probably because of where we're at. We're on the edge of the wetlands, and there's not a lot of them here. If we were out in the middle, we'd probably see more of that, but then we'd have less woodland species, and we'd be a lot farther from the bathroom as well. So we'll see. See what happens in the next little bit. We got a little bit of rain last hour. It's the first time I've had rain on a big sit, actually. So not too bad. We're kept pretty dry. So we'll see what happens in the next couple hours.
I get you now.
Okay, well, we just completed the 4th of 5 hours of the big sit. I had the most species in that hour that we've had in any particular hour. It's still under 40. We got to 39 in that hour. We actually added 7 to the list. It was at 49 going into the last hour, the 4th hour. We added 7 species, including short-tailed hawk, caracara, chimney swift, house wren, which I've had 1 of in the 4 hours so far, and I think red-eyed vireo and blue-gray gnatcatcher. This was amazing that we got that far into the big sit without getting those species, but still missing some of the wintering species like kestrel and phoebe, and resident species like titmouse, but we're slowly picking a few things up. So don't know if we'll make our 65 or not. I don't know if we have 9 more species in us in the last hour, but we'll see. We'll probably add a few. I think 60 is still probably realistic, considering some of the things we still don't have, but we'll see. It's been fun. We only had a little bit of rain.
The gallinals are laughing at us.
I think we should have gone somewhere else.
Okay, so I'm inside my little tarp tent out here. It's raining pretty hard. Well, it's starting to rain harder, and the wind is pretty bad. But I'm dry at the moment. But I have to put the camera down so I can get back to holding the tarp around me because it's raining. It's gonna rain pretty hard pretty soon. So that's it. Bye.
Okay, we just wrapped up our 5-hour big sit at Orlando Wetlands. The last hour was our lowest species total, 32. But we added 4 more species to the list. We ended up with 60 total. We were expecting I was projecting about 65, which we might have gotten had we not missed things like blue jay and titmouse and some other weird stuff. There's things we didn't get very much of, but we did get some interesting sightings. They had a couple of short-tailed hawks, had a kestrel fly right over top of us, had a merlin come by us, a couple eagles were around. We had to watch the black-bellied whistling ducks hang out in the tree the whole time we were here. So it was kind of fun. What I was trying to say is, if you wanted to donate to us per species, we finished with 60 species. Our donation page is still open, and there's a link below. Thanks so much for supporting the Space Coast Birding and Wildlife Festival. Hope to see you at the festival from January 21st to 25th, 2026 at the Radisson at the port in Port Canaveral.